Hey there, so the other day after I did my video, I actually did end up going to the flea market, and I'm glad I did actually. Uh, what I got here today is altogether everything I picked up was $10. So I thought that was I didn't have a lot on me, but I had some change put aside. I said okay, I'll put this aside, and this is part of my kind of lunch tea money when I go to work. And I said, shag it. I'm gonna go out, gonna get my butt out of the house, have some fun at the flea market, and I'm actually really glad I did. So that's my last video right there, the top blue, top blue picks volume 3. I'm actually going to do another one where we're just going to be talking about some box sets that I really like. Ones that aren't part of any series like a Scream Factory or stuff, but are actually some very cool box sets. So please watch out for that when they're coming. I think I got 6 dislikes on this one here. So popularity. Thanks for that, guys. I will be right back, and I got some cool stuff. Hey there, so I'm back, and I kind of want to get some tea, so this is not going to be that long of a video, and I do want to try and get that other box set video done tonight. Anyway, so today was super hot here. I went with my daughter to like a doctor's appointment this morning, and we went for like a long walk afterwards before I went to work. It was actually really fun, kind of really revitalizing. Uh, Loved it. I got to text my better half because we couldn't really talk where she's in Morocco. We just kind of like text back and forth until she gets back. But there were folks, hope enjoying herself, like miss each other, but still family. That's one of that's the cornerstone, guys. Uh, anyway, so some really cheesy stuff here. One that I was really excited to get. We'll talk about them as I go along. One I knew nothing about, and I just so first up, I picked up a. So first up, I got this one. I went back because remember a while back I did like kind of like an a video like where I did like where I got some movies at a kind of like a yard sale, flea market type thing. So this is one of the ones I got, and I talked about how I wanted to have like one of the horror films that's out with the rental on it, and that actually would have the rental like thing on the inside because rental stores are becoming a thing of the past, and I want to like have a couple of those. So I just picked up one by I think it's one of the Bloomhouse pictures, isn't it? Let's see. It is Bloomhouse, and that's the Gallows. I know nothing about it. It may be good, it may not be that great, but it's just one that has the rental on it. And I opened it up before, and I don't know if you guys remember that, but I had Entourage, the movie in there. But I actually did brought it back to the guy, and he said, he was going to town at the time. I actually kind of forgot about it, and he said he'd go out and he'd find me the right copy. So he did, and I made sure that it actually is the one with the rental on it, which seems kind of like a silly thing to want, but I just want to have a couple of those in my collection with the whole rental thing on there. There used to be a day when you'd be like, no, I don't want that. I don't want the ones with the rental. But as a collector, you want to see these like pieces of history like kind of kept, and that's just like one of the different things that I want to do. I'm collecting some stuff. Next up is a real. I know nothing about this movie. I think it's Canadian, and I think it's a TV movie. But if you guys know how much I adore like really bad cinema, then I couldn't pass up on Man in the Mirror, the Michael Jackson story. I kid you not. So this is the guy there. I guess he's really shadowed, but he's supposed to be playing Michael Jackson. I have no idea what this is like. It's very cheesy. I didn't spend much for this at all. But this one was free. I just had to go pick it up. But yeah, so starring Flex Alexander. That's off to a good start. I have no idea who Flex Alexander is. Maybe somebody, I don't know. Maybe it's like somebody really famous right now. But I just thought it'd be really cheesy. One of these times when I'm putting on that, I like to get a lot of those like old TV movies, like the Unauthorized, Full House, and Saved by the Bell. Those things are so cheesy. Like the unauthorized more committed. So next up, I grabbed actually for extremely cheap. I got 2 seasons of a show. There were only 2 seasons that it ran, and I've never seen the show, but looks kind of cool. And there's a ton of features on it. I was really surprised at that fact. So it's Femme Fatale season 1. If you guys know what this is, let me know. I'm assuming it's probably kind of like a Cinemax type of thing with like action, probably a bit of nudity or something like that. But it's like got a ton of features on the back. Just look. There's audio commentaries for every episode, deleted scenes, alternate scenes, creating Femme Fatale, shooting Femme Fatale season 1, making love, anatomy of a sex scene. So yeah, there's probably some of that in there too. San Diego Comic-Con 2011 panel, the White Flower, a black and white director's cut. That's actually kind of cool. Blooper reel, isolated music tracks, photo gallery, and more. So had to grab up this one too, Femme Fatale season 2. So I have the complete collection of Femme Fatales. Looks still kill. Apparently, from what I have found out, but there are actually some like decent actors, like in there, like Eric Roberts, Casper Van Dien, Robert Picardo, Jet Fahey, Steve Railsback. Again, like this one is loaded as well. Like we got like audio commentaries, Libra, the international version with audio commentary. It's not personal, it's just business, making family business, Libra Rising, making a Libra, or whatever that is. I'll find out, I guess, when I watch it. Defining Femme Fatales, Lilith Out of Darkness featurette, second season red carpet premiere, 2012 San Diego Comic-Con panel, deleted scenes and more. So whatever this is, there's a lot of features and stuff put into it. So it's really cool, and I got that for extremely, extremely cheap. So like I said, everything here costs $10 altogether. Next up is one to add to my animation collection, and that is Tom and Jerry Spotlight Collection Volume 2. I really wanted to get this one. I'm a big, big Tom and Jerry fan. And I know there was like, I think 3 or 4 of these that had like Mammy Two Shoes, Shoes, I think her name is. Character, like her voice was like dubbed over with somebody else that did in the 90s. And I'm kind of cool with that. I don't mind that. So it's like that. And it has like a ton of like there's like 30 on here. They said it's like 40, but it's actually 30. 8 actually. And Puss Gets the Boots. They got Saturday Evening Puss on there, which was the one of the early, I think the only real appearance of that of the character Mammy Two, like actually shows her. Now I'm not sure if they're going to show like because they did like one version where she was like the racial stereotype character that was used back in the day. And then later on, when they did it for TV, they kind of like made this like totally changed the character, made it into like a white character, so it's like it's not to offend. And either way, I love the cartoons, so I don't really care. But because I should open these Femme Fatales too, show you guys. So there's like 3 disc sets for this. That's number season 1, and season 2 is the same. And pretty much just like very similar, like 3 disc sets. Now, the one I was really excited about. I was walking out, and I said, well, I'll just make one more trip around. And there's this, like, dollar bin. And I've talked about this movie, I think, on here before. It's probably been a while. I know I talk about this with my friends all the time, because it's one that I remember from my childhood that I watched a lot. I think I probably saw this the first time when I was grade 5 or something, somewhere around there. I was like very young. I remember it was the same year that I got like a G.I. Joe comic book in my stocking and like the ambush book. Yeah, I remember my childhood very well. Thank you very much. But it is, and I think this one, you can let me know, but I think this was actually harder to find, kind of more, I'm not sure if it's totally out of print, but I think it is. And that is the DVD of They're Playing with Fire with Eric Brown, of course, and Sybil Danning. I loved Sybil Danning. I don't know any boy my age that grew up in the 80s that didn't absolutely adore Sybil Danning, and you can see why. She is a very extremely beautiful woman. I think she still looks beautiful today. Now here's the thing. This is, for me, this is the peak of Sybil Danning. This is the best Sybil Danning film that is out there. And it's kind of cool. It starts out, you see this here cover, and you think like kind of like the teen sex thing, and there's a bit of that, but all of a sudden it just takes this right turn into like this slasher flick, murder mystery type of thing. Seriously, that turns into that. So you've got like young Aaron, and who utterly loves Sybil Danning, and I'm young, so I'm male. I also love nudity, especially of the Sybil Danning variety. I'm a huge fan of the teen films of my era, and I love slasher films, and I'm a huge murder mystery fan. And then came this movie, and it had all of it, all of it. I've been looking for this movie for years. I rented the VHS copy so many times at my video store that I kind of almost broke it. Like it was really, really strained, and that's why I stopped renting it because I knew one more time, bam, and then I had to pay for the thing. And VHS were expensive back then. And then I found it at another store, and I started renting it from there. I just really thought this was like the perfect movie for young Aaron. It had the beautiful Sybil Danning. It had the dude from, I think he was in, what was it, Private Lessons? Did he do Private Lessons? Let me see. Yeah, he was. He was in Private Lessons too. So he's pretty cool. And you got like a murder mystery slasher thing too. So everything that young Aaron wanted was in this package, was in this film. And I could not believe that I walked almost out of that place and never noticed it. I walked around there twice in this same thing. And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, how much is this? Is this like $5? Is this $10? Because I knew that was a harder one to find. It's like, no, it's in the dollar bin. And I was like, are you serious? So then I had to check. And it was mint. It was mint. They're Playing with Fire. One of my all-time favorites. I watched it so many times when I was young. Andrew Prine is in this movie as well. Paul Clemens. Just one that I really, really, like, no lie, this was like a defining movie. Now, if I can only find that damn movie Homework with Joan Collins, those were two that I watched a lot when I was a kid. Probably telling a lot about me, but I was a teenage boy. Of course, I watched those type of films. But this one here, They're Playing Fire, actually does have a cool story. That's I don't even remember who the killer is in this one right now, but it had kind of a neat twist. Don't remember if it was like really hard to figure out, but the fact that it starts in this one direction and it just goes in this like completely different direction was so super cool for me. I was excited, and I found it for $1. They're Playing with Fire. I wanted this movie for years. This is one that is one of these, when people have movies that like they really wanted to get, that they really wanted to grab, that really excited them. This was one of the ones for me. This was like one of my holy grails of movies that I'm wanting to find for years, and I got it. So, my collection, my update. There we go. That is quite a lot for $10. So, $10 altogether for 2 seasons, a Tom and Jerry set, one cheesy ass like I'm sure this is probably like on the $5 bin or $2 bin at Wally's. And the movie that I'm looking for ages, so I love it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to work really hard on the next box set video that I'm going to be doing for you guys. So hope you guys watch that. Thanks for checking out my channel. Thanks for checking out this video. And for all you guys there that are sending like love and support, that have subscribed, that have like shared my videos and just sort of like commented and watched, I really sincerely appreciate it. Especially right now. I'm on my own for a few days, and that kind of sucks. I've been on my own for 2.5 weeks now, and I'm just waiting to see the most wonderfully fantastic girl in the world knocking that door. So 10 more days. But hey, we're going to keep this going. There's another video coming up. Hope you guys are there to watch it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And for me right now, even though I'm bouncing off the walls, it truly is time for tea. So thanks for staying for the after credit sequence. What am I going to do today for an after credits? Well, kind of a mini review. Everybody's been talking about, well, that the elephant in the room there, The Killing Joke. It's been kind of like a polarizing movie. Either people really love it or they really hate it. I am a big fan of the book The Killing Joke, and I'm a huge Batman fan. You guys know me. I'm a huge Batman fan. Anyway, how was The Killing Joke? It could have been good, but they messed up, and they messed up big time. And a lot of people get upset because like that's the scene. You know, everybody talks about it. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the film. Batgirl and her kind of mentor Bruce, Batman. They have sex on a rooftop. That's not the thing that really. I didn't like that sequence. It didn't make sense to Batman. Bruce Timm has been really pushing that thing ever since he started doing the animated series, and he tried to get into the Batman Beyond thing, but it's never really fit. But that's not the only reason. And some people don't like it because they think it's because it's part of a Batgirl storyline, or that it tonally doesn't work. And they're right, tonally it doesn't work. It's almost like two separate films. And the tone is off, like in between both halves. But what really, really bothered me, what really got to me, is that I like the character Batgirl. I really do, and I think that she is a really cool character. She's a strong character. She's been used very well and utilized in the comics even before she was paralyzed, and when she was paralyzed, she became a very strong part of the Batman mythos. And they've taken that character that's a real kind of a strong part of the Batman family, and they've done things over the years, and they obviously they couldn't they don't have decades of comic books to go by, so they're trying to do something to establish this character so that when she gets shot later on in the film, we're going to feel some sort of we're going to feel something. We're going to feel bad. And here's the thing. They fail. Big time. And the reason is because she's never let become her own character. Not even in the portion that's about her. It's not really, doesn't come across as it's about her. She seems like, hey, yeah. She seems like a character that's just almost like here. Batgirl became Batgirl because of Killer Moth. Killer Moth did something, and she kind of was wearing this Batgirl type suit, and she becomes Batgirl. But in this one here, Batgirl's pretty much is Batgirl not for any reason of her own. No, forget giving her any sort of identity or any type of reasoning or anything like that. Nope. They decide that she's just really hung up on Bruce Wayne. She's really hung up on Batman. This is her crux for being Batgirl. That's what they do. It's insulting to the character. It's insulting to any girls that like Batgirl or any guys that like Batgirl. Growing up, the character is very surface and shallow, not well written. It's not a strong characterization, and for people that made characters like Harley Quinn, stuff like that, shame on you guys. This is really badly done. The animation's okay. I mean, it's good to see the last 40 minutes or so that actually has Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill in it. But it doesn't make up for it, and it doesn't really work. And even that part of it just is off because of the first of it. The Killing Joke is about the kind of the fact that Batman and the Joker are always going to be in this eternal fight. One is going to have to kill the other to stop it, and Batman is making one last attempt to make sure that he knows that he's tried everything he can to make sure that does not happen. that the that if he ends up killing the Joker down the road, if the Joker ends up killing him, at least he one of them or both of them go to their grave knowing that basically that he that he did, and he tried that one last try. We're getting to see like kind of Joker's what may be an origin story for the Joker. They try to like kind of wimp out in the book. They wimped out on a bit, saying this may be what happened, but I always like to keep it up, keep it open. In actuality, it's a very good origin story for the Joker, and they just should have went with that like, oh, I never remember what it is type of thing. I still take that as like the definitive story for the Joker's origin. But because of what they did at the beginning of the film, because of this weird, like it's not, and it's rated R, and it's rated R. Honestly, just because Deadpool's rated R, there's really no reason for this movie to have been rated R. It's just, even in the book, it doesn't like have that. There's nothing that really needs to be that needs to give it an R rating. Does it follow the storyline of the book in the sense that it like kind of like does the end of it? Yes, sort of, but it's already messed up. It's already screwed up the character of Batgirl, screwed up the relationship between Batgirl and Batman, so that now when we watch the Killing Joke and it gets to the pivotal scene, the ending sequence, it doesn't seem like that cathartic release that the Killing Joke itself that it gave, that it needed, that was there. Instead you got something that seems much more disturbing and gives you a feeling of like just a nasty feeling. And that's not what The Killing Joke was. The Killing Joke was a very well written comic book. I really do recommend it. I recommend it much over this film. If you can see this film for free, see it for free. But enough people have already put money into this film. And if you liked it, like I gotta say, this is just my opinion on the film. This is how I felt about it. I felt that it was totally wrong. It shifts dramatically. The character of Batgirl is portrayed as shallow and really kind of unlikable. She's almost like the single white female type of character, and nobody comes off as good. See, the movie just overall left me with a really dirty feeling on the inside, and I just want to take a shower afterwards. Sorry to disappoint you on that one, but Killing Joke for me gets a 0. Yeah, just a 0. I'm not even gonna give. I do like the 0, like who said 0 Jokers, a 0 like playing card. No, it just gets a 0. I wish I would have liked it, but I didn't. There's way better DC animated films you can just check out and do so. Thanks for watching. And for me right now, before I get my box set together to make that epic box set one I'm going to make, so watch out for that one. It's time for tea.